Welcome, dear seeker of peace. If your nights are restless and your mind refuses to be still, if your thoughts spiral endlessly between past regrets and future fears, if you feel the silent storm of overthinking stealing away your calm, know this: you are not alone, and more importantly, you are not helpless. In this sacred journey, we will walk through 7 profound teachings from the Buddha, guiding lights to help you still your thoughts, rediscover the present moment, and return to your true, peaceful nature. Let us begin the path together. 1. Letting go of what you cannot control. Are your thoughts holding you hostage at night? Do you lie awake, your mind weaving stories of what-ifs, regrets, and imagined disasters? This is the suffering of overthinking, a silent burden. And yet, Buddhism offers a way out, not through force, but through understanding. The Buddha taught, attachment is the root of suffering. We often believe that we must fix, manage, or control every situation, every outcome, every person. But this belief itself becomes a prison. The mind, caught in resistance, creates more pain than the world ever could. True peace does not come from mastering the external. It arises from letting go of what was never ours to control. Imagine trying to hold the wind in your hand. The tighter you grasp, the more you lose. In the same way, grasping at outcomes, past or future, only tightens the knots of anxiety. Letting go is not the same as giving up. It is an act of profound courage. It is saying, I no longer carry what was never mine to bear. There's a timeless story in Buddhist tradition. A traveler saw a man pushing a massive boulder uphill, struggling, sweating, straining. Why do you push this rock? The traveler asked. The man replied, because I must move it. The traveler said softly, but it is not in your way. How many of us push burdens that were never truly in our path? How many inner battles do we fight without need? Buddhism teaches us to gently release these mental stones, to stop wrestling with what is and instead flow with life, like a leaf floating downstream, not resisting the current, but dancing with it. This practice of letting go begins with awareness. Pause, breathe, ask yourself, am I holding on to something I cannot change? Am I gripping a memory, a person, a fear? If the answer is yes, then bow to that recognition. It is the first step of freedom. Letting go is not weakness. It is the discovery of your inner strength, the strength to trust the unfolding of life, to trust the wisdom of impermanence. And so we end this first teaching with a meditation. I do not control the river. I do not control the sky. I do not control others. But I can control how I respond. In this space, I find peace. Letting go is not loss, it is liberation. 2. Thoughts are temporary guests, not your true self. When the storm of thoughts rolls in, it can feel endless. Doubts, worries, fears, they come uninvited and seem to fill every corner of the mind. It may feel as though you're drowning in your own thinking, with no shore in sight. But the Buddha offered us this gentle truth. Whatever has the nature of arising also has the nature of ceasing. This includes your thoughts, no matter how heavy or persistent they may seem. Thoughts are impermanent. They are not who you are. They are visitors, passing clouds in the vast open sky of your awareness. Imagine for a moment that you are sitting beside a slow-moving river. Upon its surface drift leaves, twigs, petals. Some are beautiful, some are murky, some carry sharp thorns. Yet, they all float by. You do not jump in to catch each one. You simply watch. Your thoughts are like those leaves. Some may stir emotions. Others may try to define your worth, but none of them are you. They are passing phenomena. Arise, linger, dissolve. The problem is not the thought itself, but the attachment to it. When we identify with every idea that arises, we suffer. When we believe every fearful image, every harsh self-judgment, every anxious story, we build a prison out of illusions. But when we simply observe, without grasping, without rejecting, we return to a deep truth. We are not the thoughts. We are the awareness in which thoughts arise. The Buddha said, "With our thoughts, we make the world." And yet, that same world can be unmade, not by destroying thoughts, but by seeing through them. You may ask, how can I practice this? Start by watching your thoughts as though you were watching a movie. See them enter the stage of your mind. Observe their colors, their speed, their emotions, but do not attach. Let them play out, then let them leave. A practical method is noting when a thought arises. Gently label it. This is planning. This is fear. This is memory. Then return to your breath. This simple act of labeling gives space, and in that space, thoughts lose their grip. One of the most common traps in overthinking is the belief that I must solve this. I must fix it now. But many of our thoughts do not need fixing. They need witnessing. Witnessing without judgment is the highest form of mental freedom. Imagine again the sky, endlessly blue and vast. Thoughts are only clouds. Some are dark and stormy, others light and passing. But no cloud, no matter how large, can stain the sky. So too with you. You are the sky. Your thoughts are the weather. They do not define your worth. They do not speak the truth of your being. They come, they go. Practice this daily, and you will begin to feel something sacred, a quiet beneath the noise, a spaciousness behind the stories, and in that space, peace lives. Repeat this mantra when thoughts become overwhelming. These thoughts are not me. I am the space in which they arise and fade. I allow them to come. I allow them to go. I remain still, free, and at peace. Let go of the need to control your mind. Let go of the struggle to be thoughtless. Simply be the observer. In this witnessing, you will rediscover your true self, not the one made of thoughts, but the one watching them in silence. That is your freedom. That is your peace. 3. Return to the now, presence as the doorway to inner calm. The human mind is a wanderer. It drifts from yesterday's regrets to tomorrow's uncertainties, rarely stopping to rest in the only place it can truly dwell, the present moment. We often live not in reality, but in a mental maze of what-ifs and if-onlys. What if I had done something differently? What if this doesn't work out? If only I had said something else. If only things had turned out another way. This is the very nature of overthinking, and it is this movement, away from the present, that keeps us from inner peace. But the Buddha, in his wisdom, pointed us gently home with this profound teaching. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. This moment, right now, is the only reality. The past has already passed. The future has not yet arrived. All that truly exists is this breath, this heartbeat, this awareness. So why do we leave the present? Because we believe peace will come when things are different, when we solve all our problems, when the pain is gone, when the future is known. But this is an illusion. There is no peace in yesterday, and tomorrow is only a thought. Real peace, deep, unshakable peace, is always now. A Zen master once asked his students, "Where is your mind?" They answered, "It is here." The master replied, "Then where is your peace?" The lesson was clear. Your mind and your peace live in the same place, here and now. Let us remember a beautiful Buddhist story. A monk and his young apprentice were walking beside a rushing river. As they reached the edge, the apprentice hesitated. "The current is strong," he said. "What if I fall? What if the water pulls me away?" The elder monk placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "Peace does not come from the river being safe. It comes from taking each step with full awareness." And so they stepped in, one foot at a time, fully present, and they crossed with calm, not because the river changed, but because they did. This story offers a deep truth. Life's currents will always flow, but presence is the raft that carries us safely across. When we are fully present, we see clearly. We eat and truly taste. We listen and truly hear. We breathe and truly feel alive. Try this, pause and become aware of your breath. Feel the inhale, feel the exhale. Notice your surroundings. Hear the subtle sounds. Feel the sensations of your body. Recognize that everything you need is already here. No past memory can hold the richness of this moment. No future plan can replace the peace of being now. In Buddhism, mindfulness, sati, is the practice of full awareness. It is a returning, again and again, to the now, not by force, but with loving attention. You may be wondering, but what if I keep getting pulled away? That is the practice. Each time you notice you have wandered, you gently return. No judgment, just presence, like a parent guiding a child back to safety. Presence is not a luxury, it is your birthright. It does not require silence or retreat. It can be practiced in a busy street, during a conversation, while washing dishes, or walking to work. All it asks is this: come back to what is real. Come back to what is here. Come back to yourself. And so, when your mind begins to spin stories, when it runs toward the future or sinks into the past, whisper to yourself, "Now is enough. This breath is sacred. I am already home." Let this become your practice, not escaping life, but entering it fully, one breath, one step, one sacred moment at a time. In this presence, the noise of overthinking loses its power. You begin to hear the subtle rhythm of peace that has always been beating beneath the chaos. Return to the now. Not once, not twice, but as many times as it takes. This is the path. This is the practice. This is the peace. 4. Rest in the flow of impermanence, trusting that all things pass. There is a deep and hidden truth in life that the mind often resists, but the soul instinctively knows. All things must pass. No joy is permanent. No sorrow lasts forever. The universe moves like a river, ever flowing, ever changing. Nothing stays. Nothing clings. And this, the Buddha taught, is not a course for fear, but for freedom. We suffer because we forget this. When a painful moment arises, we believe it will always be there. When we feel stuck in sadness, we believe the light may never return. But these are illusions, shadows cast by the mind's desire for permanence in an impermanent world. The Buddha's final words to his disciples were these: "All conditioned things are impermanent. Strive on with diligence." This was not a warning, it was a blessing. Because to understand impermanence is to understand that your suffering, too, is passing. Your fear is not eternal. Your anxiety is not your identity. They are simply waves upon the surface of a vast and steady ocean. Imagine for a moment a great tree standing tall on the mountaintop. Around it, the seasons change, winds blow, rains fall, snows come and go, leaves appear and disappear, flowers bloom, then with a but the tree remains grounded, rooted, still. So too must we learn to stand in the middle of life's changing weather, centered, unmoved, aware. Impermanence is the law of nature, and yet, it is also the path to peace. When you truly realize that all things arise and pass away, you stop grasping, you stop pushing life to stay the same, you stop fearing what is to come. This opens the doorway to deep rest, a rest not of the body, but of the soul. A Zen teaching says, "Let go or be dragged." When we hold tightly to something meant to pass, a moment, a person, an idea, we suffer. But when we open our hands, even the heaviest burdens grow light. This understanding doesn't require great study. It requires deep seeing. It requires that you pause, take a breath, and ask, is this permanent? Will this last forever? Or is this too, like all things, part of the passing flow? Even the darkest storm gives way to dawn. Even the deepest ache softens with time. Even the fiercest thought eventually fades into silence. Your overthinking mind may try to convince you that your struggles are fixed and endless, but the Dharma whispers a different truth. This, too, will pass. Not because you will force it away, but because nothing in this life can stay. In accepting this, we step into alignment with reality, not fighting it, but flowing with it. There is great peace in knowing that everything changes. The pain will shift. The tension will dissolve. The question will be answered, or it will lose its importance. And in the space that opens, peace will enter like the morning light. Repeat this mantra of truth when your mind begins to tighten. I am not my struggle. I am not this moment of pain. This is a passing wave. I remain the calm ocean beneath. Let the passing of each moment be a teacher. Let the impermanence of all things remind you. You are free. You are not the storm. You are not the cloud. You are the sky itself, open, eternal, untouched. So when overthinking clutches your mind, whisper gently, "This is not forever," and return again to the quiet truth. All things arise. All things pass. I need only be still, and I will see it. 5 and 6. Embracing simplicity and returning to the breath, the path of inner lightness. In our modern world, complexity is everywhere. The mind is bombarded by deadlines, noise, choices, and endless notifications. We are pulled in many directions, but rarely do we pause to ask, is this necessary? Is this helping me feel at peace? The Buddha's path is not one of excess. It is the path of simplicity, of stripping away what does not serve, till the truth may shine clearly. He once said, "There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path." This teaching is revolutionary. It does not demand that we attain some distant goal to find peace. Instead, it invites us to find joy in the present simplicity of life itself. You do not need to do more. You need to be here more, awake, aware, present. Each time we simplify, we lighten the load. Each time we say no to excess worry, we say yes to presence. Each time we unclutter the mind, we uncover the natural peace that was hidden underneath. Zen teaches a concept called shibumi, the quiet beauty that comes from subtle simplicity. A cup of tea, a single breath, a kind smile. These moments carry a sacred depth when we meet them without distraction. You don't need a retreat in the mountains to return to peace. You need only one thing, your breath. The breath is your eternal companion. It was with you at birth. It will be with you at your final exhale. In between, it is the thread that connects your body to your mind and your spirit to the moment. When overthinking floods the mind, when fear arises, or confusion clouds your clarity, come back to this. Inhale, feel the rise. Exhale, feel the fall. Inhale, return. Exhale, let go. Breathing mindfully is not escape, it is arrival. The Buddha taught that through mindfulness of breathing, one could reach the highest states of liberation. Why? Because the breath does not lie. It does not belong to the past or the future. It exists only now. In this sacred now, your worries dissolve. In this sacred now, your true self awakens. When the mind spins with thoughts, keep nothing, simply return to the breath. No need to analyze, no need to resist, just observe. And when a heavy thought appears, as they often do, place your awareness in your body. Where do you feel it? Is it in the chest, the throat, the belly? Place your hand there, breathe into it, hold it like a child. The breath is your healing balm, your temple, your guide home. Now, let us touch on the final practice, one of great perspective and power. 7. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? In the moment, everything can feel urgent, dramatic, heavy, but the truth is, most of what we stress over will fade like dreams upon waking. Think of a small embarrassment from 5 years ago. Does it still hurt? Does it still define you? Likely not. Yet in the moment, it felt overwhelming. So, too, will today's worries dissolve in time? This is a sacred question to ask the mind when it begins to spiral. Will this matter in 5 years? It's a lantern in the dark, shining light on what truly matters, and showing you the way out of petty suffering. In 5 years, what will remain? Your kindness, your presence, your growth, your peace. Not the missed deadline, not the misunderstood text, not the judgment of others. So when the storm begins, place your hand over your heart, breathe, smile softly, and ask, is this worth my peace? Is this truly important? Let the answer guide you back to center. Let go, let be, choose lightness. And remember this wisdom from Tilopa, a great Buddhist sage. Let go of what has passed. Let go of what may come. Let go of what is happening now. Don't try to figure anything out. Don't try to make anything happen. Relax, right now, and rest. Let it echo within you. You are not your thoughts. You are not your past. You are not your fears. You are awareness itself, vast, still, unshakable. Dear friend on the path, you have now walked through 7 sacred teachings. Teachings not just to think about, but to live. Let go of what you cannot control. Recognize that your thoughts are visitors, not your home. Return to the now, again and again. Trust in impermanence, and rest in its flow. Embrace simplicity and find peace within. Return to the breath, your anchor and refuge. Ask, will this matter in 5 years? Let these truths settle deep into your heart. Return to them often. Practice them daily. And remember, you are already free. You are already whole. You need only remember. If this message brought peace to your spirit, share it with someone who needs it too. Like, subscribe, and keep walking this sacred journey with us. May you be well. May you be peaceful. May you be free.